Yo, welcome back everyone to a It's Just Trading Daily Recap. Today is February 6th, and we're just going to hop right into the trade that I took today. Today we caught 70 points, traded the NASDAQ, and I think our initial trade ended up actually going for, I think, about 100 points. So we're just going to get right into it in our top-down analysis. So coming in today, we was, pretty bearish. This is our 4-hour chart. So this is the 2 a.m. candle, 4-hour chart. And I'm just gonna break it down right here. We went bullish here previously, I think either a couple days ago, but then we ended up swapping back bearish on the 4-hour yesterday. So what I did was, at this moment, since I know that we were bearish and what would end up flipping us back bullish, we would have to come back above this high. So we pretty far away from the high that would make us be back bullish as far as 4-hour and higher time frame goes. About 500 and something odd points or whatever the case may be. So what I did was I went and looked and saw what was the closest low that we had coming up to in our day, and we had this one way down here. So I put this low on here, bringing it across as a potential draw on liquidity. It was the next one that was in line. That's the only reason I did that. And then we have this 4-hour fair value gap that's way down here as well. So I'm just putting this as a potential targeted area. So we're gonna go ahead and drop to the 1-hour and then bring this up. So let's go ahead and put our line on the 9 o'clock. This is our 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna bring the candles up to see what we're looking like. All right, so here we go. Now we ended up re-sweeping this low, and we was kind of in this like little mini uptrend right here on the smaller time frame. I'm pretty sure we was uptrending, and we ended up closing back below, breaking the structure back down this way. So that just gave me more. Confidence that, hey, we was gonna go lower. So with that being said, coming into the day, we got an hourly low right here that was just created that can be used as a target if we decide to pull back further up. Also, on the 1 hour, this would be the high that we would need to stay below to be considered to still be considered in the bearish movement. I wouldn't want to see a hourly candle close above that spot right there. So this would be the hourly stay below line. And then also just want to notate that, hey, we are at this hourly fair value gap. We came up to it. We created this hourly fair value gap, and then that's our 9 o'clock candle. So now we're going to drop down to the 15-minute. All right, so now in the 15-minute, this is what we have. I'm going to move this over to 9:30. You see, we moved it over to 9:30, basically stepping it up so you guys can see how I'm thinking as far as whenever I come into the charts and I'm looking at it. All right, so basically, yeah, my daughter was calling. I had to pause the recording, but yeah, so now I move this over to the 9:30 spot so you can see how I'm flowing it in. And I want to be able to show you guys that I'm not looking at this before. This is literally what I see. All right, so 15-minute also bearish. This high right here, right? Or currently this. Hold on. Let me dial it back real quick. So right now, what I was thinking was, if we open up and go down lower, that will put this high right here at risk of being the high that needs to be broken to potentially change our direction. Now, I also want to notate that if we do flip this 15-minute high, we're going to run into this like 1-hour fair value gap right here. So if anything, I would want to try to catch a trade from here down to these lows, to this low area right here, if I want to try to get in a short at market open. So right now we're sitting at 9:15. Okay, so looking at this, let me go back. We had a 5-minute fair value gap that we were sitting at, and it's also it hasn't been tapped into, and it looks like we was going back up towards it. Let me get this off of here. We did execute this live in my Discord. I trade live with the elite members, but here we go right here. So price had come back up into here literally like right before, and I was like, hey, okay, if we're going to continue this move down as far as from here to this low or even down to this fair value gap, this is the best possible area to get into this trade. So whenever I was looking at this on the 1 minute and we started tracking back up, the moment we got up in here, I was telling the people in the Discord that was watching, whenever we got back up here, I was entering this short. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is also the high that created the lowest low here, right? And this downtrend right here. So I would need this high to stay intact. We barely swiped it right here, and I entered this. I'm gonna take this back because I entered right at the fair value gap as soon as we tagged into it. So essentially, when price in real time got up to that spot like that, I put me I market ordered in right at the fair value gap like this. So immediately, boom, that candle, when this candle got up there, it kind of got up there like towards the very end of the 1 minute span, and it got up there tagged in, and I got in as soon as that happened. And I put my stop above this, given that this fair value gap is going to hold, okay? And if we flip this 1 minute, then we potentially can go through and blast through this 5 minute and continue going up. Well, my target was literally just this low right here. That was enough for me to say, hey, I just want to get down to this low right here within the first minute. And then with that volume and that volatility on the first minute, I was banking that we was going to open and flush back down and hit this area. Now, do we have to close down here? No. And that's the thing with trading. If you're trading on the 1 minute, your price doesn't have to close there. You are just trading to that point. You're just trying to get to that point. You don't have to, the candle got to close and then hold and then all this. You don't need all of that. You're just trying to trade to this point. And I think that's what a lot of traders, like influencer traders, they don't talk about as well, is you're just trying to get here. You're just wanting to get to a level. This is a significant level. This is a hourly swing low right here that we created. So if we're going to continue this bearish move down, this would be my first stop on the train. You know what I'm saying? This is my first stop. Well, for me, 72 points with running 5 micros, I'm going half size on this. I'm only risking 180 points to try to get to this hourly low, which is also London's low because this happened in London session during the day. First candle, I'm gonna move this down. I'm just gonna move this down, but just so you can see within that first candle, the first 1 minute. You hit your target the first 1 minute, right? And then if you wanted to hold anything past that, you could. But me, first 1 minute, no drawdown. Into this trade, no drawdown. Straight to the point, and that's how I like to trade. You know what I'm saying? Try to hurry up and get down there. And as you can see, we also came down and hit this 4-hour fair value gap, rejected, and started going back up. You're only trying to trade to areas that are potential reversal points. You're trading with the higher time frame trend, and you're looking at ideal places in a smaller time frame that could give you the push that you need to get to that area. That's the trade of the day right there. That was my trade. Everybody else, they're waiting for the first 15 minutes. And let's be clear, if price isn't looking good the first 15 minutes, or I lose my first trade on the first 15 minutes, I'm waiting. If I'm banking that, hey, this trade is going to work, and I lose that trade, guess what? Now I'm waiting for the first 15 minutes to go by so I can see, okay, what is price actually wanting to do? But fine tuning it all the way down and finding the most ideal place for price to actually react from to give me the push that I need to get some points out of this trade, to get some points out of this move. This was the ideal place for me right here, literally. So that's the trade recap of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed, and y'all picked up what I was putting down. You don't need the whole move. You just need to know where price is likely to go, given the fact that your higher time frame is telling you one thing. This is a 1 to 6 R or 6 to 1 R trade right here, and we also ended up going the distance of 116 points. My last couple of trade recaps, I have been catching 100+ point moves, without even being stopped out. So that's something to think about. If I'm looking for price to go the distance, 70 points or 100 points, I wanted to at least try to have to go 100 points, because I know out of that 100 points, I'm at least going to get 50 or 30 or maybe a 1-to-1 or something like that. I know I'm going to at least get that much. Price is going to attempt to give me that much, at least trading the NASDAQ. Price is going to attempt to give me at least 30 to 50 points out of the move. And that's all you need out of the move. You don't have to try to catch this long, stretchers down. You can. But me, I'm trying to get in this. I wanted to figure out a way to be able to catch these moves early in the morning and just understanding what would give me the fuel to go my direction and what's the ideal spot. So once we came up in here, this was literally right before that last couple of seconds, and I entered this trade shorts. And if price would have did all this irking, jerking and stuff like that, initially I did give it like 30 points of breathing room because I didn't want to lose no more than $300 on the trade, right? Even though I know, hey, if we get above this, we can come up into this and start doing all this thing. But as long as we don't close above this, we're good to go the opposite direction. So once I seen us start doing this, I immediately brought this down to at least the fair value gap, only giving myself a 10-point stop. And with 5 contracts, that's only $100. I was willing to risk $180 on this trade to make the 70 point move down. And that's the trade of the day.